Hey there, Remax Capital family. I hope you guys are doing well, and I am back from my trip to Baltimore, and it's been bothering me since I did it earlier in last week. I guess it was Monday, that live stream video about intentional and proactive, and it just was glitchy, and I said, well, the audio's good, so you can listen to it. But there was a visual component to it as well, so I'm going to run through it real quickly again. And I went ahead and did the drawings on some paper so you can see them, because the visual is as important as the audio. So here we go again. Remember, and this is a good primer if you were starting to be intentional and proactive last week. You know, it's a good goal to go for it again, starting as we start the next week. So we want to be intentional and proactive. And this is, I said this is a quadrant, but it's actually 4 quadrants. You have a grid with 2 axes. Your vertical axis at the top is intentional, and your accidental as you slide down that. So instead of doing things you intend to, things happen to you accidentally. And that can be okay. I mean, sometimes you can accidentally meet somebody in line at the store, and it turns out that they want to list their house with you, and next thing you know, you're at their home with the listing presentation, and you put it on the market and it sells, and woohoo, you know, we got it. Accidental. You're proactive once you got it, but it happened to you accidentally. Intentional would be the result of finding those people with the intention of going in and speaking to 10 people a day about the possibility of doing real estate with them. And on the horizontal axis, we're going to have proactive behavior and reactive behavior. And reactive behavior we like to avoid, although we do have to behave that way sometimes, because the nature of our business is that we have fires that need to be put out. Things pop up, and oh my gosh, I didn't know it was like that underneath, and the seller didn't tell me, and can you believe what they did? We got to find a way to solve this problem. So that is the nature of our business. But as we want to be more proactive, we have to prioritize our behavior, and we have to learn to take certain things and delegate them to others, or not give every action in our day an equal importance. Some things we have to describe to ourselves as vital. It's vital that I do these things today because they will fuel my business. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about our passion link, but organizing my emails and deleting, old emails is not going to be a vital activity today. Okay, so returning a call at this moment, or a text at this moment, may not be a vital activity. If it's something that can wait, is it going to interrupt activity that you have deemed as vital to the success of your business? And that success, we're going to try to tie it to something that you're passionate about. So you might call it an A activity, a B activity, a C activity, a D activity. But if it's an A activity, if it's a vital activity, something that we know will get you business in the future, you have to give it higher priority in your day, and you have to treat it with greater care. Okay, so those are our 4 quadrants. We have 4 quadrants. You're going to hopefully be more intentional and proactive, and hopefully, again, I don't think we any of us are reactive and accidental. I don't think we would be here. But occasionally, I think we all fall down into either intentional and reactive quadrant, or the accidental and proactive quadrant. And as we recognize ourselves being there, we need to identify that and shift ourselves back into the place where we want to be, because we're going to get all those check marks. Those check marks, and I could put dollar signs up there or whatever, or you could put a picture of something that you're excited about, because that's where you're going to find the most success in your business. Here are some words that come along, some little phrases that come along with the different quadrants. If you're using effective systems, you're going to find yourself being more intentional and proactive. Effective systems are things that have been shown to work either by yourself or somebody else. And, some of you are following paid systems that you pay, like a CRM, okay? If you're using an effective CRM, that's going to help you be intentional and proactive. We don't want to reinvent the wheel every day or every week or every month, okay? And we want to have goals, not just long-term goals. We want to have ST, MT, and LT goals. So we've got to have short-term goals, mid-term, and long-term. And your actions in between those goals are going to be tied to getting you from one to the other. Say, hey, this week I got to do this. I got to get 10 things, or this day I'm going to get this. This is what I'm going to do. And then that's going to get you to your midterm goals. And then as a result of doing that, you're going to get to your long-term goals. And growing is still going to be a challenge. But at the end of the day or the end of the week, you're going to be able to say, I'm glad that I did that. I'm glad I did. Now, over here, this is winging it, putting out fires. Growing is painful. It's just downright painful because it's not going to happen. You're going to say, I wish I had. Instead of saying, I'm glad I did, you're going to say, I wish I had. And if you're lucky, you have goals, but they're just going to be long-term goals. Like, man, I want to make it one day. And that's why it's so far out. You only have long-term goals. If you can focus on mid-term and short-term goals as well, it helps you get to those long-term goals because they're more realistic. That's why I like that 12-week year thing that we did last week. So, how do you focus? Well, you have to have two things. You have to create a passion link, and you create a passion link by being passionately discontent. So you take where you are, you analyze it, and you look at it with an honest, as an honest broker, honest accountant for yourself and your situation, your family situation. You say, is this what it's about? Do I got it? Am I there? Am I 100% what I want? If I envision where I wish I would be right now, am I there? And if you got it, then double thumbs up. That's only something that you can decide, maybe with your spouse or something like that. But I can't answer that question for you. I mean, I can help guide you there. I can help you think through the answers to your questions, but you got to say, how badly do I want it? If the answer is, I'm not quite where I thought I would be or where I could be, you got to say, well, how badly do you want it? And that's when you come up with your passion links. You start thinking about those things that you're not where you had hoped to be, or that maybe I haven't been doing it long enough to get where you want to be, but you got to think about, what is it? What is it? Is it the trip? Is it a charitable endeavor that you want to be able to be so well set off in your family life that you can make meaningful charitable, spend time volunteering or making donations to your causes that keep you warm at night and make you feel good about life. It may be a trip, it may be a car, it may be a house, it may be something with your family like travel, whatever it is. Or if it's all those things, you need to clearly identify them and make sure that you understand that you don't have them right now. And that's your passionate discontent. If you're content with the fact that you don't have them, then I guess you really don't want them. But I think that most of us can identify with something that we're looking to attain. And it's usually not a number in our bank account. It usually has something to do that we can afford, or a situation that we can create around our lives. And if you're serious about wanting it, then you should have a discontent for your current situation. It doesn't mean you're unhappy with your life. It just means that you're like, man, I really want to be moving in that direction. And that is your passion link. So you want to carry that with you. You don't just want to want it. You don't want to just have a desire for it, because wanting it is a nothing burger. Okay? And, a desire is good, but it's not really going to get you there. And if you're obsessed with something, you'll probably get it. However, it's going to have a cost, and the cost is usually going to be other important areas of your life that will suffer. So you want to be passionate about it and be able to tell somebody about it. Maybe, maybe you're talking to me, maybe you're talking to a close friend, maybe you're talking to a spouse. And that's your passion link. And what you're going to do is you're going to think about that as you go through your daily routine, as you're going to bed at night, as you're waking up in the morning, as you're getting ready to do the activity that you know you need to do. You want to remind yourself of that passion link. And what is that all going to do? It's going to fuel your your intentionality and your proactivity. So you're going to be proactive to go after it, and you're going to be intentional. You're going to intend to do things that get you there. All right? Thanks. I hope this is not glitchy. It really bothered me. The more I thought about it, I just couldn't leave it sitting like that. Problems that I'm trying to solve. Thanks, everybody. Bye.